Hello everyone, this is Stan Heller with VectorVest Canada, and today's video I wanted to just go through some of the navigation that I described in the recent essay in the VectorVest Views, and it was all about a winning strategy by buying new buy-rated stocks, those that have some strong fundamentals that may be at the top of the or near the top of the value safety timing list, the VST, but there's other places that you can find them. So it really is all about a methodology where we buy stocks that are rising in price and sell when they aren't rising anymore. That's a pretty simple strategy. It's ridiculously simple, but it can be effective, and VectorVest gives us the tools to do it. So I want to show you some of that navigation on where you can identify these buy-rated stocks. So first of all, a quick risk disclaimer. There is risk in investing, and everything that you will see in here therefore today is for educational purposes only. And what we're going to cover, top 5 VST stocks from the home page, so you don't have to go very far from the home page to uncover good buy candidates. And then we'll look at the top 20 VST stocks in graphs right from the stock viewer and review the industry and sector leaders. Often those areas can be a great source of candidates for buys. And finally, we'll look at the new buy-rated stocks in the program as well. So with that, let me just move off the webcam and go to our VectorVest Canada, and it starts right from the home page. The default home page will have your top VST stocks and your top industries and sectors ranked by relative timing, and you can see that over here. So between these three areas, there's really a tremendous number of buy opportunities when the market is rising. We would like to see a bit more green in the color guard up here at the top, and we are in a primary wave down despite a really strong up day today. But here are some really good candidates. So these will be the same stocks as are in the stock viewer at the top of the stock viewer, but you just don't even have to leave the home page to find them. But if you want to look at a few more, well, then you can go to the Viewers tab, left click on the stock viewer, and now all of those same stocks that were on the home page are the top 5 in the stock viewer, and I've got a lot more here as well. They're ranked by value safety timing, and you can see they have a buy rating from VectorVest, and it takes quite a bit to get a buy rating. The RT must be greater than 1, the VST, value safety timing, has to be greater than 1, so that's a great place to start right off the bat. Price must be greater than the VectorVest stop price, and the stop price is on your graph, and the stock price must be pulling away from this stop as well. So all really that means is you've got a stock that has some decent fundamentals and price is starting to rise. It might be a continuation pattern or a breakout pattern. So from here, let's just graph a few of these stocks just now that we know where they are. What I like to see is a lot of buy ratings across the top of my graph. You get the buy, sell, hold ratings just by left clicking on the REC button down below. And what I'm looking for is, if I miss the new buy way back here and I'm not in the stock, look at this, the RT's been above 1 pretty much all the way along, and earnings has really been rising, so you like to see that as well. But if I missed it back here, well, I could buy it again here. We had a couple of holds, so price pulled back closer to the 40-day moving average, started rising again. Or I could buy here. Price pulled back to the 40-day moving average. We got a hold, RT started to rise again above 1. That was a great entry at $1.53 all the way up to 270. So that's what we're looking for. Here, a couple of these sell ratings in the middle where price fell below that stop price. Here's the stop. You can see it in the teal color. And when price falls below, the stock is going to get a sell rating just as a sort of line in the sand warning that if it continues to go down from there, then you want out of that stock. In this case, the stock turned around, came back up, crossed above the 40-day moving average. RT got back above 1, and we got a solid new buy here, so that was a great opportunity at $17. Same sector, same industry group, same chart. Just very, very close, and away we went. Marvell, a nice flat line pattern where price was pretty much hugging this 40-day moving average. RT was hugging that 1 level, and then it started to break out to the upside. Big volume day here. Earnings not the best, so probably you're looking at a short-term play. This is often the case with drug companies, but we got the new buy back here at 90 cents. But if you wanted to wait for this one at $1.22, that worked out all right just as well. So you could go through here. I just wanted to show the concept that buy rated stocks don't necessarily go straight up in a straight line. They pull back, and those pullbacks can be opportunities to buy more shares. For example, here we're hitting a higher high, then a higher low, higher high, higher low. Well, that's the definition of an uptrend. And as long as we keep hitting those higher highs and higher lows, it's okay to stay in this stock. So right now, we're hitting a higher low. And if it goes up from here, that's a good thing. And with that 50-day moving average on our volume indicator at the bottom of the graph, we can see the times when price, or at least volume, was well above the 50-day moving average. And I just right-click in volume, add our moving average, start with 40 and bump it up to 50, and then I change the color and made it a bit more visible. So this one, again, got a nice buy rating here, 748 up to 1186. Might have waited until we got above this recent high back on the left there, and that happened about there. 855, good volume, excellent. All right, so here's another one, soy. I mean, you love to see these buy ratings pretty much all the way along at the top. Good opportunities to buy shares after these holds, and another one there at $11 all the way up to 18. All right, so I wanted to show you where that is, and then in the viewers tab, while we're there, the top stocks in the industry viewer are here. So the top industries, I should say, ranked by relative timing, and you can look at these graphs, maybe the top 10 or so. And when price is above the 40-day moving average on your graph, that's a good opportunity to come into stocks into that area, or at least study them. You can see RT staying above 1 pretty much the whole time here during this long rally. And if I click on add parameter, capital appreciation, for industries and sectors, I can add the RT ranking. And the RT ranking tells us how well this industry group is doing in comparison with the other industries. There's about 120 industries in Canada, 240 or so in the US, but now we can see that this one has stayed in the top 5 or 10 just about this entire time. So there'd be some good buying opportunities with stocks in that industry. I mean, here in the manufacturing side, even better on 1109. Again, price above the 40-day moving average. Sector is what I like to use in Canada because when we look at these sectors, for example, steel really only has 2 stocks in this entire sector, but sometimes you'll have a sector that has more stocks than the individual industry groups. So it's a great place to start, and you can graph them all. And so again, you see this great opportunity to start buying these stocks on 11.9. And steel, you know, even though there's only 2 stocks in there, the top stock is Stelco. And if the chart for the sector draws your attention to Stelco, that's still a really good thing. And there's the building stocks. So 11.9 again, maybe even a little bit before on 11.3 would have been a good time, or 11.4, 5 to come in on these stocks. Earnings rising on the sector, one of our top performing sectors. So from here, what you can do is just move the graph aside and come into building, right click, view stocks in the business sector, and you very quickly identify which stocks are at the top currently. But let's take it back to that date of 11.4 when the sector really started to ramp up and pulled above the 40-day moving average. A lot of the same stocks, and we can take our buy rated stocks, right click, and do a quick test. And they've all done fairly well, 26% compared to 10%. In fact, the whole sector has done well. If I quick test them all, you can see there's a lot of green. You know, a rising tide lifts all boats, and that's certainly true with stocks in a sector that's being driven up by maybe 2 or 3 or 4 good, strong performers in the stocks. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of stocks that start to move up. And the leader here was CVX, so a lower price stock, but there's a couple of others lower price before we get to the big winners. All right, so a few ways that you can find new buy rated stocks. Again, the UniSearch. Here's our Trends New Stuff folder, new buy rated stocks. That's what we're looking for. Minimum volume 50,000 average, dollar minimum. And today these stocks are a buy, and the previous day they were not a buy. So if I ran the search today, these are the stocks that got a new buy rating today, so you can kind of look through them and look at their patterns. Is there a lot of buys along the way, or is this something new? So for example, here's a new buy rating, but the ITP has been a buy for a long time. So if it can get above that 40-day moving average, we'd like to get into that position. This looks good already. Earnings per share rising, RT above 1 and rising. Big volume today for McEwen Mining and RT rising. I just don't like how often it's been a sell rated stock along the way. So it would take a lot to get me into that one. But this one looks pretty good. This one looks great. All right, so that's our new buys search. We've looked at the industry and sectors, and we looked at the home page and the stock viewer as well. So from there, let's go back and just say thank you very much for watching the video. If you like this kind of a training video, click on the like button for me. That'll alert other people to it and increase our viewership. And we hope to see you on the next one. But until then, good luck trading and all the best.